Hey, my name is Brandon. This is my wife, Jonna. I've invited Jonna to join us in this conversation around dating because you were designed for more than swipe right. I recently heard a story about a girl who had grown up in church and then she went to college. And in college, she just went crazy. She became the party girl. She did the party scene. And a couple years in, after all the craziness of college, she meets a guy. And she goes home and she tells her mom about the guy that she had met at the party. And she says, Mom, I met this guy. He's amazing. He's godly. He sat down with me and he shared his faith with me. And he talked about the vision that he had for his life. And he encouraged me that God had a vision for my life. And Mom, I think he might just be the one. And her mom looks at the daughter that she deeply loves and says, Honey, I don't think that he's interested in a girl like you. And I know that sounds really strong and maybe even mean, but the kindest thing that she could have done with her daughter is to connect the dots. He wasn't looking to show interest in her. He was actually witnessing to her. And in Scripture, there's one of my favorite verses because God's intention in relationship is friendship. And the direction of your life and the people that you date determine the direction at which you're going. So I want to set it up like this. In Scripture, it says, walk with the wise and become wise. If you spend your life with people heading in the same direction of you, of wisdom, of becoming something more, you'll find yourself living a better story. But then it gives a warning. It says, the companion of fools suffers harm. Notice, it's the companion of the fool. It's giving the warning to the person who's choosing who they're going to walk with. Who are you going to date? Who are you going to allow to speak in and develop where you're becoming? The companion of a fool suffers harm. The fool is the person who's like, I don't really care. I don't care. It's not a big deal. We're young. It's fun. It's fine. We're not hurting anybody.
That's right.
It's good. Let's just go for it. It says, eventually, you end up here hurting the very people that you care about.
Yeah. And I think, we look at this scripture and it's like, well, this is not talking about dating. Well, actually it is, because God has a specific design for dating, just like he has a specific design for marriage, for parenting, for friendship. God's design is that you would begin in friendship, that when you go from a dating relationship and you begin to walk into marriage, that you walk into a marriage with a friend. And how do you do that? You become a friend while you're dating. You have to be two people that are headed in the same direction. In the story that Brandon shared, it's this guy that she saw as having this amazing personality, this amazing character, all of those things. He wasn't looking to date her because he already had an idea of who he wanted to walk with, who he wanted to date, because he had a plan for his future. And so we just want to take some time and give you 3 rules for dating so that you can have purpose in your dating. The first rule is that you need to make a list. Make your list. And you're like, a list?
Yeah.
What?
So we've got this lady in our church. She's awesome. She's single. And she's like, I like my men like I like my coffee. I like them tall, dark, and strong. I'm like, you go, girl. Come on. You do you. The list is not that kind of a list. In fact, John and I have actually worked with over 100 couples over the last 15 years that have been in the pre-dating season, the dating season, the engagement season, the marriage season, the divorce season, the remarriage season.
That's right.
And we've just found some secrets that, about the list.
That's right. And don't get us wrong, you need to know what you're looking for in physical traits, but the most important parts are character. Are they honest? Are they kind? How do they love people? How do they love God? What are their hopes, dreams, and desires for their future? Those are the things that you want to talk about, that you want to be looking for. Do you have certain interests that it's like, I want to do these things. I'm an outdoors person. That person needs to love the outdoors. I love camping.
I don't love camping. I pay way too much in a mortgage to go pretend like I'm homeless.
Yeah.
So I don't do the camping thing.
But here's the key. Make sure that the things that are on that list are your non-negotiables.
Yeah, that's
Like,
it. That's the key right there.
I love camping, but I love my husband more than I love camping. That was not a non-negotiable. Make sure that the list that you have are the things that, like, if I walked into marriage with this person, I'm winning, okay? The second thing on that list is...
You guys are doing great. Your mic is hanging.
Is what?
Snap, it's hanging.
Oh, dang.
It just slipped. So let's just pick it up to number 2, and we'll be good.
Okay.
All right. We are rolling. So when you're ready.
The second thing on that list is...
Sorry, one more time. I'm gonna
You're good.
a little edit. Okay, go ahead. When you're ready.
The second thing on that list is that you take your list and you become the person on that list.
In fact, I like to say it like this. If you have your list of the character traits, the non-negotiables that you want to have in that special someone, if they had your same list, would they find you?
Yeah.
In fact, I'll make it really simple. Become the person you're looking for is looking for.
And let's be clear, like, you're not doing this to catch somebody. You're doing this because you want the character of God. You want those characteristics to be real inside of you. Yes, it is a great benefit, and yes, we want that person to find you, but if it's a facade, it's not worth it.
That's right. And let me put it to you like this. God is more concerned with who you're becoming than what you're doing.
That's right.
And we meet so many people that are looking for that other person to build those character traits in them to find out they can't do it. The whole, you complete me. That doesn't exist.
Right.
So you need to work on becoming the person that would be their blessing and not their burden.
That's right.
And become the person that you're looking for is looking for.
And when you do that, you won't have to go looking for the right person. You're going to find yourself being the right person, and that right person is going to find you. The third thing on that list is that you need to shop or fish in the right place.
That's great. Because you know what I've never heard? I've never heard, wow, we met in a club.
Yeah.
And 15 years later, we're happily married. I've never heard the person say, I was swiping right, and I just found Mr. Right. That's never happened.
Yeah. So we want you to think about so the person that has your list, they're going to hang in a certain place. There are healthy places to go looking for a spouse. And if you're not shopping in those places, you're not going to be finding the right person. We have so many people that are like, man, I'm so frustrated. I've been looking for somebody to date, and I have this list, and I just can't seem to find them.
I've been swiping right, and every guy takes advantage of me. You're shopping in the wrong place.
Yeah. So shop in the right place. Find those places. Some great examples, church.
When you look at that list, where do people like that spend their time?
Yeah.
Go spend time in those places after you've become that right person, so you can actually be their blessing and not their burden.
That's right.
But imagine your life in 20 years from now, that you are happily married. Like John and I, we are very close friends. I would say Jonna is my best friend. Imagine your life, that there is this intimacy of friendship in your relationship, and when you get these 3 steps right, you have the greatest opportunity to know what the happy couples know and experience life beyond more than swipe right. So I want to encourage you to go to the worksheet right below this video, and we've got some great questions for you to develop your list, to think about, are you the person that you're looking for is looking for? And think about, where is the place that you want to shop to find that right person?